The separation of talent and skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts for people who are trying to excel, who have dreams, that want to do things. Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. There's no easy way around it. No matter how talented you are, your talent is going to fail you if you're not skilled. You know, if you don't study, if you don't work really hard and dedicate yourself to being better every single day. Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. I'm motivated by fear.
Has managed to keep it just ahead of Dwayne Buff at the moment as we're side by side here coming down the pit straight. Is Camber going to make this 3 wide coming towards turn 1? You could see there Dwayne Buff just trying to squeeze Emo Guy towards the right, giving him the middle of that space with 3 wide coming into turn 1. Camber very sensibly backs out of that one as Emo Guy manages to hold his position on the inside line and just about squeeze his way into the position there and maintains 8th place ahead of Dwayne Buff. Here we go, and it looks like we're lights out here at Brands Hatch, and it's a good start there from Pole from BT Targa. And it looks like we've already got Fury coming down the middle here, going towards Paddock Hill. BT Targa trying to fend off Sebastopano as he comes onto the brakes. It looks like he has held onto the lead just about, but Sebas is hassling him as he comes through Druids, and we see there Fury's managed to get that position on Oakbar into Druids. Sebastopano very late on the brakes there. It looks like BT Targa's been pushed out a little bit, so Sebastopano's up into the lead. It looks like Fury having a look on BT Targa, but BT Targa managed to hold on to that P2 just appears when BT Targa emerges from the pit lane. We know that a pit stop is around 25 seconds, and he's going to be very close with Rompu as he comes to the end of the pit lane now. Rompu drives around the outside of Paddock Hill and up into 3rd place, so that would have not been what BT Targa wanted at all. Second separating these boys. Thorsten did have a lead of about 3 or 4 seconds. He was pulling away to Zegan Milk for a few laps, and now he pulls out to the left hand side. Zegan Milk has to leave the door open. We're going to go side by side here down the pit straight. Is Thorsten going to go for the move into the first corner? It looks like he does. He's up the inside, so Thorsten Borchardt getting that position side by side here down the pit straight. Oscar Style now has an opportunity to take this P2 position. We're side by side coming out towards turn 1. Oscar Style goes later on the brakes up the inside. Elliott tries to undercut him on the exit. Still side by side. Incredible stuff. Can Elliott hold it around the outside here, or is Oscar Style going to complete the move? It looks like Elliott somehow managing to hold on to that position.
To go for the move. Both of these guys within about 2/10 of the car in front, as we see the Hewitt Rocker closing speed coming onto the brakes. So he looks like he's making the move on the inside here of Bunyan Prevention, but he can't quite get it done at the moment. Hewitt goes a little bit wide there on the exit, and it looks like he almost spins it. Very close there to losing the car. HRT Zeus is up into 2nd place, but Hewitt Rocker was pushing a little bit too hard there in his quest to try and get ahead of Bunyan Prevention. Bunyan Prevention's holding on to the lead. Bideku lining Ratchet Ass up here, but he can't quite make it stick at the moment by the looks of it. And Unorthodox has got a fantastic run on both of these guys, but Unorthodox, you just saw, had to get out of it a little bit there because he had a great run. It was going to most likely end up in him driving himself into trouble, and we can see Ratchet Ass going straight on there over the chicane. Unorthodox driving around the outside there of Bideku and up into 5th place, and Unorthodox is going to try and get Ratchet Ass as well. He has indeed. That is brilliant stuff from Unorthodox in every way that he can. John Boy very much from the back of these guys now as they come down the pit straight. Oh, we can see there, it looks like they're going to get a bit loose there onto the grass, and now Little Lee just going to fancy his chances around the outside, and with 3 wide here coming out of the pit straight. John Boy trying to get involved in this action as well. In the end, I think surely Nick Levin is going to back out. Yes, he does, but John Boy making a double overtake there coming into turn 1, and he's up into 6th place. What a move there from
pushing. You can tell he's pushing. Look at the way he's driving the car. He's making sure it's got nothing left to give. He's absolutely ragging it round Alton Pond. He's got alongside Exmore as they headed towards the island bend. Gary will have the inside line, and Exmore's wide, and he's off. Can he keep it out the tyre wall? Indeed he does. In fact, he's through, coming through the little chicane section there, and already going down the back straight. He's going to try and gain on the lead as he's back up into P3. What can do? Who is Rocker do? Well, that's race. RWI Racing comes back at Zeus, and they've made contact, and somehow Zeus and RWI have stopped it from going fully round. But the Huis Rocker and Klaus Martini had to take avoiding action there, and that's the Huis Rocker just leading on RWI Racing, which will allow Klaus Martini up the inside. In fact, Klaus Martini's kind of forced RWI Racing wide there as well. In the background of this, Bod's looking for a bit of piece of the action. but can't find a way through past WI Racing then. G right on the back of John Boy. John Boy defending really well at the moment. This for the lead here. Can G take back-to-back wins on this Tuesday night? He's got the cut back on John Boy. That is textbook. Shoulders had a bit of a slide there, and that's allowed Motoring Morgan through. Maybe he will allow Little Each in the background. But G, textbook there. He's reached in the glove compartment. He's pulled out the textbook. I'm going for this move, he says, and he's done it well. He's had an absolute peaceful explosion down there as well. Richie's managed to get back up into P14, but G not having the greatest of starts here. Big boy Brazier in a world of his own, and we've seen this so many times on a Wednesday night. Gary, I think, got forced wide by Sutty, who tried to lunge on Fury, and it didn't come off. Is this Emo guy trying to go around the outside of Sutty Apex, and Gary's going to look to sneak one up the inside, and Emo guy just comes back across. Gary gives him the room, and Gary's sliding up the inside and gets that job done, but now he's gone orthodox all over the back of him, and for Motive Racing they're teaming up on Gary here, and Gary needs to get in front of these guys and get away and get closer to Sutty, and you see him breaking late, very wide from Gary. Oh, is that Little Leach? Oh, it is Little Leach. Morgan now having a look up the inside of Gary. Little Leach is there. Morgan and Gary side by side down the start straight. Little Leach is going to make this 3 wide as they come down the start straight. And he's on the outside of Gary and Motoring Morgan. And this could be disaster going into turn 1. 3 to 1 does not work. But Little Leach around the outside of Gary. Gary sticks it there on the undercut and has got it done. And Little Leach around the outside has done both of them. Cracking driving from Little Leach. Gary's keeping it pinned in.
But he's now got Oakbar in front of him. Is he going to try and make a move on the exit of Curva Grande coming up towards the second chicane? Oakbar tries to go defensive, but Civic's got the inside. It looks like Oakbar breaks a little bit later. Has he overshot the corner though? He almost did. It's a compromise for the second part of the corner, but Oakbar just about keeps onto the position by the skin of his teeth. Civic there in the end, not getting the run out of the corner. He would have been contact. Arnold Thubso has got a good run there coming up into Lesmo 1. He's got the inside and he's got the move done there on Rachidasso. Dan upper position. Brilliant driving there. Looks like he's got Shrimper and Ads right behind him here. Shrimper and Ads going side by side here, coming through the parabola. You can see these guys on the exit of the corner. Ads is going to have to slipstream with Mr. O a little bit, but Shrimper looks like he's got the superior straight line speed. Although maybe Ads now just picking up that toe from the car in front. Mr. O giving the toe to Shrimper also. Side by side still coming up towards the first chicane. Is Ads going to have that move around the outside? It looks like Shrimper in the end concedes that position. Ads is up into 11th place there. Good move there. Oh, Ads goes a bit deep into the first chicane though. He goes wide and that's giving the place back to Shrimper. So Shrimper there maintaining P10 in that little exchange there. Come down the pit straight here to complete lap 6 of the race. Maz making a look move to the inside, coming towards the first chicane. Shrimper leaves him in the space on the inside, and it looks like Maz is going to have the move done there on the brakes. He is indeed. He's up into 8th place, sorry 7th. Trying to defend. It looks like he's actually been passed by Cinderella Tour. And is he going to find himself open to an attack here from Flaky? Flaky around the outside of Fury. It looks like Flaky's made it stick and he's up the inside for turn 2. Great stuff there from Flaky.
If I was Flaky, I'd be thinking about my championship. I wouldn't be fighting Zande.
Oh, it looks like Flaky's got all that sorts out of shape now, and G looking to the outside, coming up towards the chicane. He's going to have to get it round the long way though. Flaky's giving him the space on the inside. Flaky late on the brakes, and he's looking to put it back up the inside, and Flaky somehow just clinging onto that second place by the skin of his teeth. But Zande now has crucially got a 1.3 second gap. Zande with a penalty from the race director, but if it's only 1 second, he might be alright. Oh, we see G running off the back of Zande Flaky a little bit, and Flaky's still managing to hold G off. Oh no, Disco, Gracie Stu and the Hewitt Rocker up into first and second, but the Hewitt Rocker has gained so much time on these guys. He was a couple of seconds back off of the 2 leaders, about a lap of goal go, so I don't know.
Disco Stu's wide.
Oh, that was magnificent out there. I think that in the end the Hewitt Rocker had to slam the brakes on to avoid totally taking Disco Racing Stu out there, but now Unorthodox is right on the back of them once again.
This pressure, you want to get through as quick as possible to maybe get away here, and he looks like he's got a good run out the final corner, but so is BT Trager here, who's P3 and sat on the back. Little Leach is trying to defend in the background, you saw there, but Fury's going to try the longer way around and isn't going to make that one work. Charlie Goff manages to hold on at the moment. Fury though having to defend and attack at the same time. Melted Dazza's having a look up the inside of BT Trager, and Fury's got the move done on Charlie Goff, and Trager round the outside of Charlie Goff. He's made that work, an absolute cracking move from them. Melted Dazz has also passed Charlie Goff. Then Morgan up into second place. Yeah, great move from him. Andy was all out of shape coming on the exit to turn 1, but Andy's fighting back here. Look at him go. He's going to try and go around the outside of Motoring Morgan. Come up to the dreaded turn 4. Is he going to brave it out around the outside? Indeed he does. He's going to line himself up beautifully for the inside line. Good move from Andy to get the position back. So it's G from...
He's gone for the cutback here.
He has. He's gone for it and it's worked. It's pulled off an absolute treat. And G leads this race once more here from Andy. Motoring Morgan's gained on him. In fact, Andy has not backed out of this. Little Leach has just come into the pits. So we'll see where he comes out ahead of Luti or Meltadaza. Andy's not going this one up, but G's going to do him like he did Motoring Morgan, and Andy was all sideways there, coming through turn 4, and he's still side by side with G. He's still not giving this one up. This is great racing. Here's Morgan up the inside of Andy, and this could be for P2, right on the back of G. Morgan's been brought into play. A treat here. Andy will have the inside and defends that one off from Morgan.
BT really on the back of Swiftmaster now, seems to be enjoying these conditions a little bit better than Swiftmaster, but wow, that really must be affecting these drivers right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We're reveling in these conditions. He'll be fancying second place finish here in this race, and the CB wants to get a little bit wide there on the exit of 130 up. It's BT's not going to fancy each other. This getting all sorts out of shape there. He very nearly lost the car. In the end, I think he had to slam on the brakes to avoid T-boning BT Target there. BT Target up into second place, into 14 there. X-Mark there sat in 10th. He's got Smoky Devil. Oh, Smoky Devil trying to go around the outside of DJ Humpy coming in Brooklands. He's got the inside for Russell, but DJ Humpy holding it around the outside. Smoky Devil still picking up the inside. That is a great move from Smoky Devil there. This is, as you say, Matt, there really brought these other two guys, Disco Racing, Stu and Delore, very much into this battle for the lead. 5 cars running line of stern here, coming down the pit straight. And at the moment, the Hewitt Rocker now with the lead of the race after having that one pretty much gifted him to on a plate there by Zeus. But Zeus has got Dan looking all over his mirrors here. He looks to the outside coming towards Sandoval. He can't quite get that one done at the moment, but very much here showing that he wants to get this one
McShooty and Smoky Devil. This is fantastic racing. Smoky Luti McShooty up the inside as they come into, brilliant move into the Norville chicane. So Meltadaza started to get away and Andy started to throw them in, but look at Motoring Morgan. He's got such a run up towards Massenet. Can he get it up the inside? I think he's going to try and lunge one up the inside. G's gone a bit wide there. Has he gone to defend the casino corner already?
Oh, geez, he's gone a little bit too deep. And Morgan is trying to go around the outside, but I would have been a bit more. Oh, he's going to try around the outside. Is he going to be into his braking zone? As we come into this hairpin now. G just hangs in on Morgan's going to go right around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the hairpin.
That's a great move from Motoring Morgan. Up the inside, he went to Mirabeau. Through Portier, still battling, still side by side with G, and nearly chops off his front nose as they go through down Portier section now into the tunnel area, and the only G has to settle for P2 at the moment.
But Ben Parkey and Unorthodox both running side by side. It looks like Unorthodox is trying to make a move here on Ben Parkey. What's happening here? He's in the slipstream, but he's got somebody to his outside there. X-Mart's trying to get involved in this one as well. The two team Prolapse teammates trying to work together, but Unorthodox managing to fend off X-Mart there. You can see in the background Ugbar's trying to attack on X-Mart as well as they come towards the first chicane. It looks like Unorthodox looking to the outside here of Ben Parkey. Is he going to move into the chicane? Ben Parkey a little bit later on the brakes. We're side by side here. He's Unorthodox going to try and make it on the outside. And Dan is just well and truly put a marker there on Ben Parkey. He's driven clean around the outside of the first chicane. You can see there the car have to negotiate. Ratchet Ass is getting absolutely swamped by all of these guys. But Unorthodox there getting ahead of Ben Parkey here.
He's already there. Here comes Gary. He's going to pull out. He's going to try and make this one 3 wide going into turn 1. And Andy on the inside. Ian just up in front. And Gary late on the brakes around the outside and both on him. Cracking manoeuvre. And he gets the rear end out and manages to hold that on the back of his
He's in the back of the pack now.
G's on him. G's on him. This is going to get even fruitier. And Luti McShooty is making this 3 wide with the Leach brothers, and Little Leach nearly got squeezed like mad there. And I tell you what, this could not be closer. Look at Morgan and Emo Guy in the back of all of them, and they're touching a Luti McShooty and Little Leach here. They're now 5 wide! 5 wide coming down the start straight. Luti McShooty's lost out then, and the Leach brothers in the middle. Emo Guy on the inside, Morgan on the outside. Is he going to make it stick? He's just run with Gary, and Gary again goes around the outside of Little Leach, but can't make it stick. Luti McShooty touches Little Leach, who puts Gary into the wall.